All right, today's question. Have you ever doubted that God's going to show up? We're in Exodus 6, and this is where God steps in and reminds Moses and us who's really in charge. In verses 1 through 9, we see God's mighty promise. After Moses cries out, God answers, "Now you will see what I will do to Pharaoh. When he feels the force of my strong hand, he will let the people go." God says, "I ain't done yet. I'm just getting started." Then God reminds Moses of something important. "I am Yahweh, the Lord. I appeared to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob as El Shaddai, God Almighty, but I did not reveal my name, Yahweh, to them." God says, "I made promise to your forefathers, and I keep my promises." He says, "I have heard the groans of the people of Israel, who are now slaves to the Egyptians, and I am well aware of my covenant." God never forgets his people. You might feel forgotten, but you're not. Then comes the heart of it. God makes 7 strong "I will" promises. First, I will rescue you from your oppression. Second, I will free you from your slavery in Egypt. Third, I will redeem you with a powerful arm and great acts of judgment. Fourth, I will claim you as my own people. Fifth, I will be your God. And sixth, I will bring you into the land I swore to give. And seventh, I will give to you as your very own possession. When God says "I will," you can take it to the bank. Moses tells this good news to the Israelites, but they're not listening. They had become too discouraged by the brutality of their slavery. Sometimes pain can make it hard to hear God's promises, but his word is still true. Verses 10 through 13, Moses starts making excuses again. God tells Moses, "Go back to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and tell him to let the people of Israel leave his country." But Moses says, "If my own people won't listen to me, how can I expect Pharaoh to? I'm such a clumsy speaker." Boy, Moses can come up with the best excuses, can't he? But God don't change his plans just because Moses feels weak. The Lord commanded Moses and Aaron to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt. When God calls you, it ain't about how good you feel, it's about how good he is. Verses 14 through 27, we see the family line. Next, the Bible gives us a little family history, the sons of Reuben, Simeon, and Levi, to show where Moses and Aaron came from. They didn't just pop out of nowhere. They're part of God's covenant people, rooted in God's promises. Verses 28 through 30, we see Moses' final protest for now. One more time, Moses says, "I'm a clumsy speaker. Why would Pharaoh listen to me?" But guess what? God ain't picking Moses because Moses is slick. He's picking Moses because God's glory shines brightest through weakness. So what's Exodus 6 teaching us? First, God's promises are sure, no matter what things look like. Second, pain can make sure you're deaf to hope, but hope is still alive. Third, God uses the weak to show his strength. And fourth, obedience is about his power, not your ability. Listen, Moses, he felt defeated. The people felt crushed. Pharaoh looked unbeatable, but God was still sitting on the throne. And let me tell you, if God said he's going to do it, he's going to do it. So don't you dare give up. Don't let discouragement drown out the voice of the Lord. Keep reading your Bible and don't be dumb.